Hello there, welcome back to my channel, and this time it's the turn of friends that are retiring in 2025. Now I know most people don't really care about friends because they're not a very good investment. Out of all these that are retiring, I think maybe there's one that might be an okay investment if you can get it at the right price. I have got one of these sets. I think I've got 3 of them, but I got them clearance in a store, that kind of thing, so I only paid a few pounds for them. So if you're only paying a few quid for them, then it's worth taking a punt at them. But other than that, friends, I wouldn't recommend investing in them. I mean, not that any of my videos are recommending investing in them, I'm just giving you the data so that you have got more information to decide for yourself whether you want to invest in them or not. I mean, I don't say it very often, but obviously I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you to invest in these things. I'm just giving you the information so that when you do want to invest in sets, you've got more info about that set to whether you think it's a good idea or not. So with the friends, I've done it before. What I've done is I've missed out the sets that are below £20 because, well, I literally don't think they're worth it, which means there's about 12 sets missing from this list. It's roughly 12, I'm not 100%, but it's around 12. So the first one is 41748, the Heart Lake City Community Centre, $129.99. That's got 6 dolls, 5 unique, valued at £12. It's got an expected annual increase of 3%. On Amazon, it's being sold for between £126 and £208. Anybody crazy enough to pay £208 for a friend set? eBay, it's sold for £109, which is obviously £20 less than MSRP. Bricklink values it £110, and it's sold 820 sets. Now, I'm not going to do the spiel about the numbers and sets and where I get them from and all that kind of thing like that. I'll save my usual subscribers from the pain of going through that. So if you want to know, look back in some of my older videos. Next one is 42603, the Stargazer Camping Vehicle, $24.99. That's the one I've got 3 of, that I think I only paid about £5 each for them, sort of thing, so it wasn't very much. 2 dolls, 1 unique, valued at £3. It's got a 3% annual increase. On Amazon, they're being sold for between £20 and £32. On eBay, sold for £20. Bricklink, they're valued at £20, and it's sold 521 sets. Next one is 42604, the Heart Lake City Shopping Mall, $104.99. It's got 7 dolls, 5 unique, valued at £17. That's got a 3% annual increase. On Amazon, it's being sold for between £101 and £204. eBay sold for $95, and Bricklink valued at $94, and it's sold 172 sets. Next one is 42614, the Vintage Fashion Store, $34.99. 3 dolls, 2 unique, valued at £6, 3% annual increase. On Amazon, it's being sold for between £34 and £57. On eBay, it's sold for $26, which is a fair drop from the MSRP. Bricklink values at $29, and it's sold 217 sets. Next one is 42618, the Heart Lake City Cafe, $24.99. 3 dolls that are all unique, valued at £4. 3% annual increase. On Amazon, it's being sold for between £24 and £40. eBay sold for $25. Bricklink is valued at $23, and it's sold 268 sets. Next one is 42620, the Ollie and Paisley's Family Houses, $89.99. 6 dolls, 5 unique, valued at £10. That's got a 4% annual increase. Amazon's being sold for between £88 and £165. eBay, it's sold for $75, and Bricklink is valued at $80. It's sold 240 sets. Next one is 42621, the Heart Lake City Hospital, $89.99. It's got 5 unique dolls, valued at £14, 3% annual increase. On Amazon, it's being sold for between £85 and £119. On eBay, it's sold for £107, which is, considering it hasn't retired yet, isn't too bad because it's a £90 set. Bricklink is valued at $75, and it's sold 138 sets. Next one is 42624, the Adventure Camp Cozy Cabins, $39.99. 3 dolls, 1 unique, valued at £5. and that's only got a 2% expected annual increase. Amazon, it's being sold for between £38 and £60. On eBay it's sold for 33, and on Bricklink it's valued at 31, and it's only sold 125 sets. Next one is 42626, the Adventure Camp Water Sports, $59.99. It's got 3 dolls, 2 unique, valued at around £6. It's got a 2% annual increase. On Amazon it's being sold for between £48 and £80. On eBay it's sold for 50, and Bricklink values at 50, and it's only sold 106 sets. Next one is 42630, the Heart Lake City Water Park, $69.99. It's got 4 unique dolls valued at £9. That's got a 2% annual increase. With Amazon it's being sold for between £65 and £131, and it's sold on eBay for £53. Bricklink values it at 53, and it's only sold 99 sets. Next one is 42631, the Adventure Camp Treehouse, $114.99. 5 unique dolls valued at around £12. It's got a 2% annual increase. Amazon being sold for between £98 and £192. On eBay sold for 96, and Bricklink is valued at 93. It's sold 160 sets. Next one is 42638, Castle Bed and Breakfast, $89.99. Now this is one that I think might do okay, purely because I think if people are building a city, and if they want to try and save a bit of money and that, and they've got like a little side street that they want to fill up, it might fit in that side street. So with a little bit of maybe change a few pieces and that for the roof, or a bit of modification, then it might just look like a normal house on a side street in somebody's city. So I think that might do a little bit better than some of the other sets, but like I say, don't quote me on that. Just my opinion, when you look at the pictures of it, you could get away with it being just like a little house, if you know what I mean, even though it's supposed to be a castle bed and breakfast. So that's got 4 dolls, 3 unique, valued at £8. It's got a 3% annual increase. On Amazon it's being sold for between £80 and £165. On eBay it's sold for 81. Bricklink is valued at 74, and it's sold 532 sets. Next one is 42639, the Andrea's Modern Mansion, $169.99. It's got 11 dolls, 10 of them unique, valued at £26. That's got a 4% annual increase. Amazon is being sold for between £89 and £165. On eBay it's sold for 160, and Bricklink is valued at 166, and it's sold 296 sets. Next one is 42651, the Horse and Pet Vet Clinic, $44.99. 3 dolls, 2 unique, valued at £9. It's got a 2% annual increase. On Amazon it's being sold for between £40 and £69. On eBay it's sold for 50, which is a slight increase on the MSRP. Bricklink is valued at 38, and it's sold 34 sets. Next one is 42655, the Restaurant and Cooking School, $69.99. It's got 4 dolls, 3 unique, valued at £14. It's got a 3% annual increase. Amazon's being sold for between 58, which is way below the MSRP, and £117. On eBay it's sold for 60, and Bricklink valued at 52, and that's only sold 58 sets. And the next one is 42656, the Heart Lake City Airport and Airplane, $89.99. It's got 8 dolls, 7 unique, valued at £18. It's got a 3% annual increase. Amazon it's being sold for between 104 and 117. So that is a little bit over the MSRP. And if you look on eBay, none is actually sold, which means people are kind of stashing it away, hoping it's going to increase and try and sell it later. Bricklink is valued at £80, and it's only sold 31 sets. So that might be something to keep an eye on for people as well. Next one is 42662, the Hair Salon and Accessory Store, $39.99. It's got 3 dolls, 2 unique, valued at £9. It's got a 3% annual increase. Amazon it's being sold for between £35 and £66. And on eBay there's none being sold, but on that occasion I think that's just because nobody wants to buy it or sell it or whatever. Bricklink is valued at 31, and it's only sold 43 sets. And the last one is 42672, the Creative Beach and Travel Suitcase, £24.99. It's got two unique figures, valued at £11. It's got a 3% annual increase. On Amazon it's being sold for between £26 and £56. And on eBay it's sold for £27, which both of those are a slight increase from the MSRP. Bricklink is valued at £21, but it's only sold 24 sets. And I'm just checking now, but literally the whole theme, none of them have got an expected good investment. So none of them are expected to do very well, so we'll just have to wait and see. Anyway, so that concludes the Friends retiring 2025. The next video will be Brickheads. So I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe. Bye.